thoughts on this? Lonzo, it's coming up on Biggie Small's birthday, and we talk about him every year around this time, May 21st. I share the same as Biggie. You share the same as Tupac. What are the odds of that? But there's an argument out there amongst hip hop heads, and I've been hearing it a lot more lately, that Biggie can't be considered the GOAT or a GOAT in the rap industry, greatest of all time, because he only released one album while he was alive. His second album came out posthumously, however you say that. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Biggie could be considered one of the GOATs technically with, just one album under his belt while he was alive?
Yeah, I mean, he had to record the second album while he was alive too, right? It did pretty good, right? So if
10 million copies, I think.
Just because he wasn't here for the release party, don't discredit his abilities. That don't make sense, man. If the man if he did the work, put the work in, and made it happen, then what's the issue? Because he wasn't here for the release party? That makes no sense.
Biggie died shortly after Pac was killed, 6 months. We talk about this too when we do our Pac, visitation. We visit Pac and things like that. But 6 months after Pac passed, man, take yourself back to 1997. I know you're way out of the game, as far as hip hop wise, you're doing your club thing, but I'm sure you still have a love and passion for hip hop. We're still grieving over the passing of Pac, and then 6 months later, we hear Biggie was killed in L.A. What were some of your first thoughts?
Well, you know what? Let me correct you. I never was out of it. I just wasn't as directly involved. Hip hop had a bad aura at that time, man. It had a real bad aura about it. Like I said, Eazy had passed, Tupac had been shot, and the whole game was just so volatile. It was hard for anybody with any real sense. If you wasn't a gangster or didn't have that gangster mentality, it was more than just spectators. It got really, really sinister. And again, I sat on the sidelines, had popcorn watching it, and to see somebody like Tupac get killed, and shortly after that, see Biggie get killed, it just put a real black eye on hip hop, man. I mean, you lost three major people in a short period of time, and to this day, and here's the bad part: all those deaths are shrouded in mystery, man, because people still today debate whether Eazy died from what his natural causes. Nobody know who shot Biggie. Nobody know who shot Tupac. Everybody know anybody been prosecuted. So you got all this mayhem and money and madness at the same time, and it was a bad time for hip hop, man.
Yeah, it was definitely sad. Let's go back, a little bit further when Biggie first came out. Big old overweight. People would call him ugly dude, cockeye. You know what I'm saying? But he had the style, man. What when you first heard Biggie and even throughout his career, what were your thoughts of Biggie?
Biggie was the hip hop version of Barry White. Biggie was a hip hop version of Barry White. Understand Barry White in the 70s. Barry White gave all the fat, dark-skinned dudes hope. And Biggie did the same thing for hip hop. If you was a greasy son of a bitch back in the day, if you was a big old greasy dude back in the day, you got you a perm, you got you some clothes, and you got you some rings, and you tried to bring your voice down as low as possible. Okay, you tried to make your voice as deep as possible, be on the Barry White tip. Because, dude, understand this: it worked. It was a great self-esteem booster for a lot of brothers who may have had some self-esteem issues. When Biggie came out, brothers started wearing them Gucci shirts and them hats. And, I'm Big Papa, baby. And I seen it. It was just funny to be able to experience it both on both sides of the fence, hip hop and in R&B.
How big was, and I don't mean weight-wise, how big was Barry White back in the day?
Barry White was huge, dude. Barry White was
okay.
Huge.
Talk to me.
You got to understand, Barry White, not only was he physically a big dude, he made big music. He had an orchestra, cellos and violin. Real. We ain't talking about no synthesized shit. We talking about some real multi-level orchestration with the stick the whole 9 yards. He was really the maestro, and he played that role to the maximum. That was his get out, and he was so good at it. And not only was he good at it far as from an orchestration point, he was good at it from disco and R&B and love music. And that shit, man, dude, it was difficult to compete. Although Isaac Hayes went after him. Isaac Hayes took the same vibe. Isaac Hayes was a big music producer, bald head, and he made bald head cool. Okay? So you got these two guys, and both of them made some dynamic music. If you haven't heard Barry White or Isaac Hayes, I suggest you go to YouTube and just start listening. You'll see the sonic value that they brought to the music, the orchestration. Isaac was a little bit more gangster, where Barry White was all about love and peace.
Man, and his voice, that deep ass voice, man, that can get your girl's draws off in a heartbeat, I'm sure, back in the day.
Come on, dude, that shit was off the chain, and it was funny. We was trying to decipher the other day. Me and Unknown was kicking it, talking about the Rodney O situation with Kendrick Lamar did, and that is a Barry White replay sample, okay, and it was the song is called I Want to Love You More and More. One of the first ones he made back in the 70s. I was 16 when that came out. I remember being at the club when it came out. 16, a little teen club, a place called the Summit on the Hill. There's still a building there. It's no longer a teen club. It was a little teen spot, Summit on the Hill. And I met me a little honey over there. And that was the song to jam to. That was a song that I was busting slide with in the back of my old little bucket. And I took it to the pad. Yes, sir. And that was like 73, 74. I was in high school. Yeah. Must have been about 73. Because I was in 73, 74.
Damn. Okay. Take yourself back to high school, and even whenever right after high school. What was the concert that you were the most excited to ever go see? Like, well, I gotta go see this concert.
My first concert that I wanted to go see bad, and I did go see it, was Watch Stacks. I was there, dude. I was there. Cost $1. Isaac Hayes was the headliner. The Staple Singers. I think it was Joe Tex. It was Joe Tex. It's two guys, Joe Tex and another cat, Hot Pants. I always got them two confused. They all had the same